Derivatives trading involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results.
So stressful when the world's on fire. Good God. I can't look at this, guys. Like, my strategy is you buy it and you hope that you gotta get spotted. Yeah, but we all think you're crazy. You don't fight this. No way. The markets are freaking out and you don't think that anything is wrong? Come back tomorrow and I'll lose it all. Should be fun.
Good morning. Well, today's Thursday. We have a bunch of Federal Reserve speakers, although Chairman Warsh won't be speaking until tomorrow. So, probably still going to be a relatively quiet day. All right. Let's come to the main. I'm a little out of sorts today, partly because I'm supposed to get a blood test. They just wanted it was like a general checkup, and I think that they want to check my blood sugar levels. So I have to get a blood test like 8 hours fasted, so I haven't eaten this morning. But then I'm all like, okay, cool, I don't have to eat. That means I'm gonna start the stream early, right? And then I get to my desk, internet doesn't work. Go downstairs, check the router, everything looks fine. Except for that. Somebody did some networking. No, I'm like, everything looks fine. At first, it seemed like everything looks fine. But then I realized somebody's done some networking in here. Because the one cable that's in here that we don't really need because it goes over to the kitchen has been plugged in. And the number one port, which I'm pretty sure that I would have plugged myself into port number one, is unplugged. But then the Wi-Fi is not working either, I realize. So I think what happened was the router finally died. I have a router that like never dies. That thing is like, you know, died on me like twice, where you have to like full restart it. It's happened like maybe twice, right? I think that it died in the middle of the night, and then a child was like, oh, I don't have any internet. I'm gonna go downstairs and change things. Wonder at what time that would happen. So that otherwise I would have been really early. And then also, I'm getting notifications at work. The NAT servers are overloaded again. I'm gonna check that out for a second here. Yeah, something else. Where's the liquidity? Well, I think that they are waiting for for Jackson Hole stuff, right? Let's see here. So what does overloaded mean? Oh, so it's a network address translation server that we run, and we can detect when network connections are dropped, essentially. And it's happening. We made I'm frustrated because we had some problems yesterday, so we upgraded it to a bigger server, and we were kind of like, well, this is kind of ridiculous to be putting it on this big of a server because we don't need that much CPU and RAM, but that's the only way to get the networking right now, and maybe we can size it better or split it up. And then it is still going off. So I'm gonna mute it. It's fine. Mute it for the next 4 hours. It may be in part because we moved a bunch of stuff over to that zone, so. Ooh, we don't need. Well, I don't need the speakers doing things. It's gotta love that stuff is gonna be something silly in the end, like one piece of data being in the wrong spot. No. It's just the usage. ZB liquidity is almost always over 2,000. Yeah. That's the way that they go when there's like news or something coming up. So let's see here. The first speaker is at 10 o'clock Eastern. Let's see here. What was Paul saying? 55 minutes from now? 55 minutes from now. When the S&P 500 opens up? Yeah, none of them are gonna have liquidity. That right there is market makers don't want to be in. This is actually kind of weird because I just don't remember this happening with the Federal Reserve meeting before, but basically, you got the Jackson Hole conference. It's a 2-day conference. Chairman Warsh doesn't speak until tomorrow. So the big event is going to be the keynote address, I guess, tomorrow when Chairman Warsh speaks. But they are speaking. There is stuff today. So I guess they have decided that them speaking. Wait, is there one at 7 o'clock? There's not one at 7. I am a little confused. Anyways, somebody has decided to turn off the liquidity, I guess. Probably because of the Federal Reserve. I don't remember a liquidity pull because of the Jackson Hole, but that's got to be what it is. Because, I mean, it's been like this for 15 minutes now, right? Like, they don't do a liquidity pull for 15 minutes. It's not normal. It's the longevity of it. You're right. Yeah. Like, this is the sort of thing that you see before a non-farms payroll. Like, or like if it's a Federal Reserve announcement, you know, and press conference, they might do that for 10 to 30 minutes before that. That's not uncommon. Trying to go with the other chair today, and I don't know if it's working for me. Kind of a little all over the place today, aren't I? This thing at work, it's definitely because of usage. Something weird might be going on, like something might be causing a lot more usage than it should be. But I do think that this is like, you got jobs and everything that kind of start up in the morning and they're all going, and that's overloading the network, and we probably like moved too much stuff into one zone. Moved all this stuff into the zone and then didn't create another network server for it. And they're not set up for dual. I have like a primary and secondary, but they're not set up for dual. They switch, so probably need to have them both go. But it's fine. Nobody will notice. You can deal with it later. Jigsaw V7? What? Oh, yeah, I see the email. Oh, what's this? Most anticipated changes to licensing. There's a lot of prop firms out there, and in the olden versions, we'd have to enable prop firms one by one. That meant those of you on evaluations or paid evaluations needed a live license. That has changed. All rhythmic and trade of 8 prop firms, evaluation and paid evaluation, now do not require a live license. Well, that's a big difference for them. Market intelligence, Journal Linux integrated. Not as much as I thought it would be. And why is it version 7? I thought we were on like version 4. Six. We're on version 6. Well, let's see here. New rhythmic servers. Oh. Added NinjaTrader connection. Okay. Oh, that must be so that you can connect to NinjaTrader's data directly, maybe? Well, I'm not a fan of their new versioning scheme. This is version 6.2, not or not even version 6.2. It's like version 4. We're like at version 4.5 or something like that. They have I don't know. Support for new interactive Ruggers TWS API. That's maybe a significant change. That gives me access to the new instruments though. So we're gonna download it. Yes, sir. We're gonna download and install it right now. I'm gonna shut it down. How come my synthetic dollar's not working? By the way, it must be time for rollovers in the currencies, and it's not rolling or something. I could try reload all historical data. I could try, so oh, where is it? Yeah, this one. Yeah, let's do, I've got 2 branches going right now, so this one. That's interesting. The picture. Yeah. See, my platform's dollar index, no problem. But it has different rollover logic. So, oh, and the way that I have this set up, it doesn't really tell me what month they're using. So, that's maybe something I should change. It's just, that's weird. Unless, is it like not centering right or something? No. Copper and silver are changing expiries to December. Well, anyways, let's install Jigsaw here first. I guess I have to shut down Ninja Trader. No, don't run on startup. I don't know why. Does anybody actually set it to run on startup? Like, it's not that I don't want to have it open all the time, but it's like, you know, that's a pretty big application to have on startup. Yes, you can overwrite the default templates. That's fine. No, none of you have it start on startup. That's funny that you all said no. Okay, so while that's going, now let me show you something. So, like, look at the screen. I want you to look at the screen. 'Cause I changed the look a little bit. So this is what we had yesterday. This branch doesn't have the visual changes in it. This branch it's got that the indicators on this are native indicators. So that's what this branch is about. It also draws these little lines whenever they extend the session boundaries. It's one of the indicators that's ChatGPT, or sorry, Claude. Claude came up with that. Claude was the one that came up with that indicator arrows to test it. Anyways, it works. It's good. Cool. All right, let's close it. Let's open up the version where I have changed the look of it. So it is. Oh, looks like Jigsaw has decided to change where all of the files go. That's interesting. To go from my user directory to a public directory. Okay. So it's not like a huge change. But you see now there's a border. So I can see where one chart starts and where the other one begins. And the controls here at the top look a little nicer. So I like that change. I think I need to adjust the colors. Like, I think the background should be a little darker and the text should be a little lighter. Like, it's too hard for me to read like that. And probably make the text a little bit larger too. But it's a little bit better. Yeah? You like that? You like the look a little sleeker? That's pretty much like with that, I feel much better about like, oh, we just use these all the time. We just use my charts now. Don't need you anymore, Ninja Trader. Not quite, but we're close. I upgraded my Claude subscription so that I could do multiple branches at a time and use Fable and things like that. And I'd say the first day went pretty well. Yeah, Steph says it looks good. I do think the colors. So I'm gonna see if I can do what it was saying. Like, okay, here's the optimum colors for your bars based on the background and all of this sort of stuff. But I'm like, yeah, but how do you pick the background? Right? Because too black makes things too contrasty. People don't like straight black. But I kind of think that this gray is maybe too bright of a gray. Maybe we'll sick Fable on that. Yeah, let's do that. Oh. Tells me exactly when I lost connection, 1:47 a.m. Okay. Let me come just over here to the camera while I start Jigsaw. I wonder, can I see? So it tells me when the internet went down, but I can't tell. I really think that one of the kids went downstairs to try and fix it in the middle of the night, which means they're not going to sleep, right? Oh, I'm like, why isn't it loading Jigsaw? It loaded Jigsaw on the wrong screen. Everybody comes over here. There you go. I don't know why Aquasnap does that. Maybe we need to update Aquasnap. We'll check that next. Okay, well, liquidity is a little better. It's still pretty bad, but it's a little better. Oh, what tells you? Oh, no. So, Claude was running And Claude can see that it got disconnected from things at 1:47. So that's how I know what time the crash happened. But I also have cameras that would see when somebody went downstairs. But because the internet died, and those are all Wi-Fi cameras, I can't see. It'll like detects when somebody's there and all that sort of thing. Actually, with there we go. Just moving my other like order windows over. Air window. There. Everything looking good? Something about it looks wrong to me, but I think it's just that I have my charts in here now. So in Jigsaw here, they've got new icons. I hate it. I hate it. They're too detailed and colorful and no. Whoever did this has no sense of design. Sorry. Don't like it. The old icons were better. What was wrong with the old icons? It looks AI generated, maybe. Well, the reason that we wanted to do this, though, so we can go, so I'll open that back up and go to Connection Manager and, oh, that's not what I wanted. No. Download instruments. Let's see here. I think that it would just be CME, right? Reload. Down. Okay. Can we do mini Apple? Don't see it in there. Oh, I don't think that they did. What is MZS? MZS? It doesn't show up. Maybe those aren't CME instruments? Got nano charts yet? Oh, on mine we could get nano. Go in here. You just kind of add it into the JSON file. I'm gonna try one more thing. I'll do. Well, I don't think it gets CBOE, but I'll do CBOE, CBOT, CME, OMAX, NYMEX, NYSE, NASDAQ, update, download, and see if it grabs anything. Oh, it didn't grab anything for CBOT? Okay. OMAX. No, NYMEX. NYMEX, it should pull stuff. Yeah, there. Okay, NYMEX. Pull a lot for NYMEX. Completed. Nope, none of them are none of these ones are showing up. And they don't have micro. What am I doing? That's right. How do I want to do this? Okay. Let's get that one right, because I think it's just going to edit a JSON file. And this one right here. What's the name of it again? Fable. Okay. Next thing is, while that's going, water. Okay. Yeah, so Omar, I didn't see what you were talking about. What are those order types in the shortcut keys menu? Was that here? Shortcut keys? Otherwise, I'm not sure what you were talking about. Where we got to something that showed shortcut keys. Yeah, I don't know. I never use Jigsaw's shortcut keys menu. Order type BTE. I don't know what that is. One of the other issues is that the day trader documentation has become pretty disjointed. Like, oh, maybe I'm finding it. Shortcut keys. Order type efficient exit. For future use, do not use. Do you use tick data? So I kind of think you have some weird terminology here. So in order to use the DOM, you have to have depth of market data. There's two forms of depth of market data. There is market by order data, and there is I forget what they call it. Anyways, the one where it just tells you like the amount there. So for Jigsaw only uses market by order. But in my new platform, which we've got ladders coming. Not hooked up yet. But my platform does use MBO. Both the charts and the ladders will be able to use it. So. And then for like to draw, like for instance, this cumulative delta here, that loads a 1-tick series to get all of the trades to reconstruct that. Which reminds me, I gotta figure out what to do for Steph, because my lawyer guy, we'll give him a day or two, right? But I sent him an email yesterday and didn't get anything back. Maybe he went on vacation and didn't and forgot when he was talking to me. He's gonna come back. Oh yeah, that Seth guy, right? But I think that I can do the part that we need before we can start integrating code. I might be able to just do myself. Okay. What does Fable say? I love it when Fable makes these web pages for us. Is the access text hard to read because the background is too dark? No, that's not what I said. Oh, I said maybe the background is slightly too dark. No, I said totally the wrong thing. Steph says no worries. Well, thanks. I'm glad that you're not free. You know what's happening to me is I've gotten into this mode because we're doing entrepreneurial types things where I'm constantly thinking like we gotta act. I'm biased towards doing things. I don't like when I'm just writing documentation or I'm just talking about it. I need to be actively doing something. And maybe that I go too far. So like when I'm waiting on something, you know, there's like a bottleneck or something like that, I get super anxious about it. So it's good to know that Steph is not worried about it, but I really want to get this through so that he can start integrating it with the rest of the code, because that's probably going to be a big deal. Yeah. So I've done a lot with the font styles. So where did you get JetBrains Mono from, by the way? Because I thought that I was using IBM Plex. I don't remember. I was using 2 or 3 different fonts. But no, this is about the colors. So I said, oh, I think the background is too dark. That was wrong. I should have said the background is too light. The axis labels are the smallest text in the app, 11px font, or narrow regular face on the second dimmest text tier. And by a polarity-aware contrast model, they are well under the floor for text at that size. Lighting the background would make it worse. Okay. Oh, wow. It gave me a ton of different options. Go literally 3 shades darker then. Well, I'm kind of wondering, like, okay. So I want it to be a little bit darker. Right? I could just go, you know, like 3 shades darker or whatever, but like, you know, what's the difference? Does it like not matter that much? You can just kind of pick something in the range and be okay with it. I'm kind of thinking, isn't there like a scientific way to determine how dark it should be? Maybe. Oh, so the axis text is a different thing. And then they have some scientific model that says that this is enough contrast for text. See, its recommendation is leave the background where it is. I think though that it got the background from iced. That's the other thing. Okay, so let's tell him here. I'm sorry. The business standard of text and things. Oh, well, okay. So, but that's totally a great place to start from, right? Is to say, we should use this shade because that's what people are used to. People are going to like that. It's just like with with writing with or lettering or whatever you want to call it. I saw this thing the other day where somebody did their Y's, where they like curled their Y to the right instead of to the left. And it looked so terrible. And I'm like, why does that look terrible? Well, I think it's just because it conflicts so much with what we're used to. Because I saw another one where they did the Z, their cursive Z, and they put it out the other way, and it looked great. So there's definitely some degree of like, we know what things are supposed to be, and if you change them too much from it, we don't like it. And that would be great. That would be a great place to start. But how that's not the case with a dark background, though, is there? Right? Like, well, even Fable is giving me some of this strange jargon. And with Pain Borders Phase A, the window ground is now the hairline, so that rationale is already dead. The value is free. What the hell are you talking about? The value is free. I know that means something to the LLM, but I don't understand why it's saying that. This is the weirdest shit sometimes. Okay, let's see here. I have the authoritative data before I write 60 new rows into the catalog. Here's what I found. Single stock futures, 55 standard plus 22 micros. E-nano, equity index futures. Product codes here are 5-character padded. We'll have to change some things about the picker. Yes. I can do all of that. 1 minute to go ding. Oh, I don't know. Why wasn't there a ding? That's a good question. You know, I haven't built any of that stuff into my trading platform. Oh, because I never opened NinjaTrader back up. That's so funny. You know what? Let's just keep it this way. For today, we're doing okay without it so far, right? I think the only thing that the NinjaTrader was showing us, well, it had the market analyzer. That's another thing, is that when Steph integrates the stuff that he's built, I can use some of the same controls that he's built to start a market analyzer. So that would be nice. And I don't show the spreads on these charts because I have spreads right now as like a completely separate chart, and I kind of want it to just be attached to these treasury charts. So, well, the open is not very good, is it? I kind of was hoping that the equities open would be relatively positive because of the whole NVIDIA earnings yesterday being good and all. But apparently not. Okay. Updated page. Okay, where's my web browser? How dark should the background go? The shipped color is ICE's dark window color inherited, so the shader quad matched the pixels behind it, a reason the hairline ground made obsolete. It sits at the light end of dark themes. Two separate problems hide under the hard to read. The ground is lighter than it needs to be, and the axis labels are the smallest text in the app on the second dimmest tier. Both have a measurable answer. Blah, 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 blah. Bounds where the darkness has to stop. Ceiling the contrast me each 0.01 L darker buys less LC at 0.3. Wow. Okay, so now it's getting into stuff that I've the stuff about this model that it's using that I know nothing about, but that's okay. Above 0.27, the ground is spending text legibility for nothing. Below 0.22, it is buying almost none black. Oh, okay. Ceiling. Floor halation. Light text on true black blooms for astigmatic viewers. A third of people, and on OLED has no surround glow to anchor to. This is why material stops at 12121212 and nobody ships 0 underbody text. So keep L star above 5. Floor 2. The quiet relationships. The Crohn's step, the hairline, and a grid line are all deliberately faint. Luminance compresses towards black. Matte panel in a lit room reflects 0.3% of the white back at you, so below 0.22. Those steps drop below the room itself. APCA's own black clamp says the same thing. A grid line resolved to keep its delta E from the ground scores LC 0 once the ground is at L.2. Okay, so I wonder if I was a well, let's not say if I had a design, like a graphic designer, what do they call them? User interface designer professional, whatever, right? Do they know all this sort of stuff? Do they do all that sort of thing in designing their interfaces? I really wonder. But this is the sort of thing that makes me be like, wow. AI can be so powerful. I would never have figured those things out by myself, right? I combine the things that I'm an expert in, and is it a true expert in color? I think that I would get a better result if I had a real person that knew that stuff, right? But what AI gives me is good enough, and the combination of that good enough with my expertise results in really powerful stuff. Wait, you're telling me these people could be designing against astigmatism and aren't oftentimes, it seems? How rude. Floor 3, your display and your room. This is when no table settles. IPS black is 0.1 of white, blah, 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 blah. The scientific instrument here is a threshold test on an actual screen in the actual lighting. Same method as a monitor's black level calibration pattern. The ladder below is that test. Okay, how to read the ladder. Each row is a mock window painted in one candidate ground with its own derived chrome brand, hairline, seam, grid axis, axis labels, and candles. In the light you normally trade in, find the darkest row where you can still see the chrome band as a different surface from the chart and the seam between them. That row is your background. Oh, okay. Wait, what is the chrome band? Where you can still see the chrome band as a different surface from the chart. I can't tell what it's talking about. Where you can still see the Chrome brand as a different surface from the chart and the scene between them. And what is this proposed, Lord? Recommendation. Is Chrome brand where it is highlighting to a very slightly lighter color towards the bottom? Or is it meaning the white line itself? I don't know. So what is its recommendation? Background to L.24. That's this one right here. That versus Material 3. I do kind of feel like Material 3 is a little bit too dark. Well, I don't know. It's something about Material 3 I don't like. It looks warm to me. Trading View. I also feel is too dark. What is that? So now we have a reason to open up NinjaTrader. Some of the white lines do seem harder to see. Yeah, like this 0.26 seems a little weird. Okay, so our background is really bright right now, right? Who wants to go to 0.24, which it's hard for me to tell, but it looks like that is maybe slightly brighter than NinjaTrader's. Definitely feels cooler to me. I don't know why that is, because I think that they're all grays. Well, I take that back. 121417. So that is Material is a slightly warmer gray. This NinjaTrader's is like Material. I think that its recommendation though at 0.24 does look the best to me though. This one is weird because it seems like the grid text, they made the grid thicker or thinner on this one for some reason. Shipped proposed floor. The floor is interesting. I mean, that is nice. But I do think this would be easier on the eyes. And I'm not sure I understand what the difference between these rows are. Okay, so here's what I'm going to tell it. Okay, your recommendations do look the best. So let's go with that. However, let's also make a new new extra dark. Oh, let's go with that for the default. A new scheme. What was it calling it? For people that want extra dark. If you ever want some highly opinionated eyes to judge every single small detail you don't think anyone would notice, I got you. I think their recommendation is good for now. I'm liking it. It is a little bit different from Ninja Traders, which we want to be a little different from Ninja Trader. And yeah, I'd say overall looks good. And you see, like, I really like that it has like real reasons why the color matters. Like that you shouldn't go darker than this black, right? And its reasoning for why is what really gives me confidence behind it, that like we're not just like randomly picking colors. It's like there's actually some thinking behind it and some practicality behind it. Okay, so pull that over here. Oops, and here I didn't tell it which work tree to use. Oh, okay. Well, let's try that. Where is my main Mugen window? close. Come out over here. Okay. What about this one? This one's not running, is it? Oh, that's right. So why graphic designers and creators have to have such the best like Asus Pro art monitors, because if they replicate the perfect color on perfect, it will be as close to perfect on unperfect devices. Yeah, well, that was something that was really bothering me when I was picking the colors for the candles, that, like, you know, it was showing me some differences. And in particular, it was like, well, there's this orange and there's this orange that you can use. And I was like, I can tell a difference, but, like, it's such a subtle difference, and I'm not sure which one is actually better. And, like, is the monitor changing which one I think is better? Like, a large portion of people use night light mode, like blue light. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so for this, now that we've got a chart over here when we've got ES, it's going to give us stocks. Yes. Okay, so let's do Apple. Oh, it works. Oh, that's interesting. So it works, but nobody is trading the single stock futures. like a lot of candles just don't even have value, like, because nothing's going on. And I never made something for doji bars. So single stock futures are there. The platform can connect and all of that correctly, but it seems that nobody's trading them yet. That would also explain it's SAAPL. It's 5 characters. That's what it was talking about. Okay, so, and I also like that it changed this thing pretty effectively. Look at that. That's great. That's great. I mean, maybe it could be better. Maybe I just want to tweak it later, but right now that totally works. So, well, let's change this back to ES. Okay, that looks great. Oh, not that one. This one. There we go. Okay, it's still going. Cool. So I've basically got like 3 work trees going on right now. Although I'm not doing the other work tree. So let's see here. Oh yes. So I need to know, when can I go in? Because I'm so effing hungry, man. I'm going to guess. Oh, it says it opens at 10. Ugh. Okay. So that's not going to change anything about our stream today then. We'll keep going. Oh, wait. Is it done? Done? Applied? Okay. And midnight. Okay. Okay, I'm excited now. Okay. This one committed. Oh, I put this on the wrong. Is it different? It seems different to me. I can't even remember. That's so funny. Okay. Tools. Global settings. Colors. Dark. Midnight. Ah, there we go. That's better. Midnight is dark. I think I would have to change the border color too to use midnight. It's definitely easier to read stuff. What do you guys think? Is that what it actually was recommended? Well, hold on. Let's go back. Yeah, that's 0.26. So I think one of the things, there is something I don't like about it. But I think what it is that you have these jigsaw, I have these jigsaw windows, which you can't really see. Just want to double check here that I did this like. Oh, okay, cool. So this is what it was before, where it was a little bit too bright. Oh, and it changed the text color for me too. So that it made the text bigger as well. That's what that's about. Okay. Actually, let me show you with on this screen where we have like all this stuff. Okay. So this is my theme that I saved before, and it changed the theme for dark. Yeah. And then there is midnight. I actually think I like midnight better, but Let's go with dark. Okay. So when it's the whole screen, I think that looks pretty darn good. I think that looks pretty darn good. And actually, when we come over here, it looks pretty darn good too. But there's like these screens right here, right? And then the dark is a different color, and that bothers me. Fonts and colors. Oh, I can change the background view font though. Oh no, wait, that's not what it is. That's not what I want. View font, power font. Maybe there's something somewhere in here where I can change the color, but I'm not going to worry about it because we will just get our own. And then it will all be consistent, and then we'll see how I like it. I am kind of, it is a little weird. Like, I am kind of like, maybe that is too dark. It is darker than Ninja Traders. But it's not as dark as Trading Views, right? I'm not even using Trading Views default black, though. Trading Views, like, I got like bluish. Well, we can adjust it, and you know, people can make their own color schemes too. So. I'll leave that like that. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Okay, let's inform it. What we, the other thing is the window top part, you know, that Windows controls. So I'm going to leave the stream running here, and we're going to take care of the child, the autistic child. So hopefully I don't forget and just leave everything running again forever. But hopefully we just do it. Well, probably we'll just wake him up and come back. All right. All right, we're back. At least for a little while. For like 30 minutes. All right. Well, ask it about that because that like when I have it selected and the the active title is black, that's better. But when I don't have it selected, the color is I don't like it. It contrasts with that color too much. Clashes, I think. Am I crazy? Trump considers new tariffs on semiconductors. Ugh. Reports raise alarm could doom U.S. dominance. Yeah. Depends on who the tariffs are on. Okay. Oops. run on that. See how we feel about change afterwards. I kind of also wonder how that black translates to the stream, like for you guys. Is it too dark? There's something about it that reads blue to me, but it's not blue. It's maybe it reads like that to me because Jigsaw has that dark blue. Now let's work on this one. Oh. Okay. What? He was on the... You go back upstairs, or I have to carry him back down. Hera Weave Vibes, good morning. Well, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Okay, what were we doing? We had this thing over here, and it wants me to click. And the little window shows up in the upper right. I would prefer it to show up next to the thing, but that's okay. Does it? There it is. Need to change the color of the marker. Okay, cool. Yes. After finding a profitable strategy, when is a good idea to start scaling? Oh boy. So the reason I'm saying oh boy is because I really hate the term profitable strategy. Retail trading has created this impression that there's like this sort of, you know, you do enough work and then you get to this point where your strategy is quote unquote profitable, and then you just go from there. And that is just really not the reality of it. First of all, to really verify that like you really have a solid strategy takes way more data than people think. So the industry standard is 5 years. And the reason for that is because 5 years is long enough for there to be like a regime change for you to go through multiple types of markets. And 5 years is also enough data for some of these statistical because you can over a year you can get lucky. Like a lot of people think like, oh well, I've done a whole month, like that can't just be luck. Yeah, actually it very much can. In fact, like if you're just taking one trade a day, right, and you do a month, like 45% of people are going to be profitable, right? It's not until you get out to 5 years that number comes really way down, and there's only like 10% outliers, right? And even then, there's 10% that just got lucky, right? So you need a lot of data. But then the other thing is that most strategies that a retail trader is going to be looking at, especially a technical strategy, does change. Like if it's a really good strategy, you're going to start trading it. Other people might start trading it, and that might remove it from the market, right? So you really got to be careful with that. I wouldn't be looking to start scaling unless you really have strong data suggesting that what you're doing is really truly sustainable. And if what you're doing is discretionary, then you really don't. So, well, okay. But then when you scale, the other issue is that most retail traders are trading over leveraged to begin with, right? Like I would say that you don't want to lose more than 5% in a day. And a lot of retail traders, when they have a bad day, just blows the account entirely, right? So what I would do is I would try to build the account up until you get to a point where, like, when you look at your average loss, you could take like 50 average losses in a row and still be okay. So that means that you're probably on the base for a long time. But once you get to that point, then you can start slowly scaling up. And I would be very slow and intentional about it. If the performance starts to change, immediately pull it back down, because you can get big enough to affect the market. You really can. So that's another thing to watch. So that's kind of how you approach it. Now, if you're doing a prop firm, then you just follow the prop firm's scaling rules, right? And that's probably going to result in you blowing the account and you just start a new prop firm. And that's the way that those go. Okay. What do we got over here? I'm going to close this one. And this one. Okay, so it says that the title bar now matches the theme. All right, that was way faster than I thought it would be, but let's try it. Okay. Oh, yeah, that's way better. That's way better. Let's minimize that. Just makes the windows all black. The top's black. I'm done with that. And, there's not really a very good, like, indication of which window is active. But we could change that in the future if it really bothers me or if it ends up mattering. All right, right now, the way that things are designed, it doesn't really matter which window is actually selected. So. Yeah, I don't know. You kind of feel like it's too dark. Where is that webpage? I think I closed. So what we've got is the 0.241. Yeah. Steph says it was better, but it's personal preference. Yeah, I think, what it was. So here's where I have the difficulty is I do think that this is too bright. 0.3 too bright. Today's Chrome surface, these two at 0.26, maybe those are okay. And this is what we moved it to. Material 3 is really dark. But yeah, we went to 0.24. So would 0.26 be better? I don't know. The other thing is that's going to shift this a lot is when we get the DOMs on there, and how can we make the color scheme work with the DOMs too, right? Because I kind of think, like, if I were to take the Jigsaw DOM and just make these that black color, I don't think that would look very good. Which kind of says to me, maybe what we need to do is we need to have same level of darkness, but like black. Or sorry, that's so dumb. Maybe what we need to have is have the same level of darkness, but have it be like dark blue. And again, the great thing is that it's not permanent. It's all modifiable. So if we want to go back to Bronco, we can. Using 1E222A. I'm a little too lazy to pull that up and see what that looks like right now. Actually, I think I can. Oh, I don't have a way to set it with a code. We should add a thing that gives the color code. Oops, that's not what I want. I think I want to go back to dark. Or maybe. So that's the other kind of thing, is like, if I'm going to have it that dark, why don't you just go to midnight? I don't understand. Like, I think that how should I do this? Oh, that's a little bit brighter. Oh, and it's a little bit blue too, isn't it? Maybe we should use that color. But how did you pick that color? Well, I'll leave it alone until we've like integrated them. Should have like the code and the RGB. Yeah. Well, it has the RGB. There you go, here, background, and then it's just that it's not doesn't give you a readout. So yeah. Oh, did I changed it to dark mode? The thing that matters is that They made the text a little bit bigger, I think, and there's more contrast on the text, so I can actually read the numbers on the charts. That's the thing that matters. Jeez. It's kind of funny, like we're so close to having to meeting some of the milestones that I wanted, but then there's also still so many other things. And you can kind of play around with these things like colors forever. I kind of intentionally skimmed over the color stuff earlier because you can just get trapped in that forever, right? Like I'm sitting here like, well, let's hand that color off to Claude and see what he does with that. One other thing I'm wondering, when I come over here, if I minimize that. It seems to me that NinjaTrader keeps the gutter size consistent between charts, regardless of how much space that price takes up. So I think that's something that we want to do, because when you see like this line doesn't match up with this line, not cool. Also, these S&P should be giving us the tick. Yeah, it looks like, even though they started out with a really ugly candle, that the S&P 500 has moved to the upside, so that's good. Oh, a recent colors button. Yeah, that color swatch that it put in, it was kind of like, it was just the default and it was like good enough. I probably need to do a branch where we just dial that in a bit better. I feel like this color scheme is like dark chocolate or something. Maybe it's not brown enough, but like that's the kind of dark it reminds me of. I'm probably going to give in, but I'm going to focus today on getting the stop markers to work. I think we're pretty close on that. The stop markers, and I can merge in some of this color stuff. Nah. I think I want to limit myself to 3 branches so I can keep the colors going, I can do the stop markers, and I can pick up the adding a spread as a subseries instead of a separate chart. And that would be kind of like the main leftovers. Okay, but while I'm thinking about it, make gutter width same between all parts. Well, I haven't heard anything from the child. I'm gonna go check. Okay. He got on the bus. My wife bribed him with the Lego, put the Lego in his backpack, and with the Lego in his backpack, he was going to get on. Wow, we got 45 minutes left. pull up Zero Hedge here real quick, see if there's any. AFD now pulls at 43% across Eastern Germany. Well, only across Eastern Germany. No, nothing new. Gonna be a quiet day. Tomorrow you got Warsh, speaking. Chairman Warsh speaking, and that's going to be, move this market. And then I think it's a little quiet, and then we get Labor Day. No, it's not just a little quiet. It's just like, then next week we get a non-farms, and then we get a Labor Day. And then we're back into normal. Is tomorrow rollover day? You might be right. Oh, today? No, actually, today is technically the rollover day. Third business day before the end of the month, 31st, 28th, 27th. And it's September. And we roll. Yeah, you're right. Today or tomorrow. Although that doesn't explain the lower liquidity, but I do wonder if we come over here and we go to Z26, there might be better liquidity there. Yeah, there is. Today is the rollover. That also reminds me that I need to show some indication of the month. Ooh, something happening in ES there. Just jumped up there real fast, didn't it? We should check if they're saying something. I don't see anything on Twitter. I see a thing that shows how this whole landslide thing happened. Ooh. Okay. How do I make that bigger? So there was an avalanche into a lake, and then so where is the town? Lots happened yesterday. Dude, some of the videos coming out of that were nuts. I'm sure lots and lots of it's gonna be bad. They're not going to find all the bodies. That kind of has me all like, does that make like something like that more likely to happen? Like, this doesn't seem like it just, what's the word I'm looking for? This seems like this would be not that uncommon of an occurrence, you know? And another thing is that, like, it wasn't just like one flood, it was like going for a long time. At least it seemed it. Oh dear. From r/day trading, why does my trading system show a high profit rate during backtesting yet result in losses when trading with real money? Probably because you backtested it in TradingView, huh? That 95% chance that you're using TradingView, huh? Wow, the treasuries are jumping up there too now. Well, at 8:45, Fed Hammock said, now is the time to tackle inflation. Could it be that? Nah, that would have been earlier. Oil's coming down here. Could be an oil headline. You know, we never looked at the charts. We should do that. The higher time frame charts. Bitcoin trying to push the higher end of that range. At least today. They might make it. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if they pull out of this and head back towards 100K. But okay, treasuries are down a little bit from yesterday. S&P 500 up. So the blowout NVIDIA earnings, but yeah, it's not that crazy. I don't know. Seems like there should be more than that. Gold and silver are kind of starting to, well, gold at least is starting to swoon a little bit. Copper down again from yesterday. Man, copper has been back and forth, man. Japanese yen. And it looks like they had another little move a little bit lower last night. It keeps popping up like, oh, we're going to finish this. And then it keeps going. Well, that's a good synopsis for today. Guys, I think we should get going. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Can you believe it's already Friday? And hopefully I've been able to make all of the changes that I want to make for you tomorrow. And then we'll have the stop markers. That'd be cool. All right. And thank you for all your feedback today. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Stay excellent.